golden future. MPBN is a service of the University of Maine system.
It's tournament basketball.
Production and broadcast of the high school B, C, and D basketball tournament games on MPBN are made possible in part by grants from R.H. Foster Incorporated, with locations in Machias, Hamden, Lisbon, and Caribou, mobile distributors throughout Maine. Machias Savings Bank, the total service bank. McDonald's Restaurants of Maine. Grant's Dairy, processing milk produced by Central, Eastern, and Northern Maine dairy farmers since 1902. And Husson College, offering master's, baccalaureate, and associate degrees in business and professional studies.
Live from the Bangor Auditorium, it's the girls' Class C semifinal game between the Penobscot Valley Howlers and the Schenck Wolverines. Now, let's join Lisa Richards, Keith McKean, and Bill McManus.
Good afternoon, everybody. A number of teams, Lisa, which are rivals on the season, are finding themselves in the tourney against each other, and this is certainly no exception. Penobscot Valley and Schenck just a stone's throw away from each other on Interstate 95, and they've had some great contests through the years, and this looks to be a pretty good matchup. Two of the best tall girls in Eastern Maine in Class C.
Yes, this is going to be a very good game, Keith. They've played twice on the season, both games close ones, and there definitely is a rivalry here.
Okay, it's number 2 against number 6 this afternoon. Schenck made it to the semifinal round by virtue of a defeat over John Bapps, 56-22. Number 7, John Bapps. Penobscot Valley advanced by defeating Limestone, previously unbeaten Limestone, the number 2 team in the tourney, and Penobscot Valley defeated Limestone 58-48. So it's a big day of Class C semi-final action this afternoon, and again tonight on MPBN TV we have a boys game following this one between Schenck and Washington Academy. So Schenck's in here for 2 games today. Now let's look at the leaderboard right now. First of all, Penobscot Valley advancing by that win over Limestone. And Schenck, of course, with a win over John Bapps. Other action will find Calais against Katahdin. That's this evening's game. Katahdin advancing by defeating Woodland, and Calais over Madawaska. All those games coming your way. Class C basketball this afternoon and tonight. The D semis tomorrow and the B finals tomorrow evening here at the Bangor Auditorium as you watch the Schenck girls warm up. Both teams are wearing green and white. Penobscot Valley, the away team, with the green uniforms, the white trim. Schenck, of course, the higher seed, the home team, with the white uniforms and green trim. Well, with Stephanie Carter and Stacy Alley, they've gone head-to-head on a few occasions, twice this year. As you said, it should be a good matchup. Schenck won a couple close ones, and what can we look for with these 2 tall ball players going against each other?
Well, I think one of the things that obviously Coach Brian Iverson from Penobscot Valley Howlers is looking to do, they'd like to be able to shut down Stephanie Carter, but as we've seen in the past few years, that's very difficult to do. At times they've been able to hold her in check, and then you get the outside shooting of Mankowski and Spearing to lift them up. And as I think in the last 5 meetings, they've had very close games with Schenck coming out on top each time. He's going to use a variety of defenses, trying to concentrate on Carter. But again, he's going to have to watch out for the other threats on that Schenck team.
Okay, and now Norris Nickerson with our starting lineups.
Of the Eastern Maine Class C tournament. This time we'll do the introductions for both teams. First, the visitors, Penobscot Valley High School. First, the starters. Number 20, Tracy Michaud.
Michaud, a junior, 5'4".
Number 25, Suzanne Howland.
Suzanne Howland is a junior at 5'3".
Number 31, Amy Nicholson.
Nicholson, a junior, 5'8".
Number 33, Julie Ludden.
Ludden, 5'6" senior.
Number 44, Stacy Alley.
And Alley, 5'11" senior.
Remaining players, number 14.
Others on the
Sandy
team,
Dubé.
Sandy Dubé, junior, 5'7".
Number 10, Renee Foley.
Foley is a sophomore at 5'5".
Number 12, Jody Ahearn.
Ahearn, the junior, 5'5".
Number 15, Sarah Hatch.
A sophomore, 5'5", Sarah Hatch.
Number 24, Jen White.
And Jen White, freshman, 5'6".
Number 50, Amy Smith.
Amy Smith.
And number 50, B.J. McElroy.
B.J. McElroy. Smith is a junior, 5'8". McElroy, a junior, 5'9".
For Penobscot Valley is Brian Artis. For the home team, Schenck High School. First the starters, number 32, Stephanie Carter.
A senior, 5'10".
Number 10, Stephanie Fisk.
Fisk is a senior, 5'5".
Number 20, Don Minkowski.
Minkowski is a 5'4", senior.
Number 22, Laurie Spearin.
A senior, 5'4".
Number 42, Darcy Clark.
And Darcy Clark is a 5'8" freshman.
Players, number 40, Rita Floyd.
Floyd, a junior, 5'7".
Number 12, Amy Morin.
Morin is a freshman at 5'2".
Number 34, Christine Bigney.
Bigney, senior, 5'4".
Number 30, Cynthia DeVoe.
DeVoe, sophomore, 5'5".
Number 24, Mary Beth Courier.
And Courier is a sophomore, 5'9".
Number 44, Beth Martin.
Beth Martin is a 5'7" junior.
Number 14, Wendy Hopkins.
And Hopkins is a senior at 5'3".
Coach of Schenck High School is Steve Lavassa. The officials for this afternoon's ball game are Mr. Chesley and Mr. Anderson. Would you please stand while Sharon Thurlow, a senior from Penobscot Valley High School, sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
This is the powerful voice of senior Sharon Thurlow of PVHS. And we're set to go with Class C semifinal action here this afternoon. It's number 2 against number 6. Schenck, of course, seeking to return as the Eastern Maine champs. They've won a state championship 2 years in a row. It's interesting, though, you'd think they would be losing everything they have after winning 2 state championship games with Stephanie Carter in the lineup, but they still have a lot of younger ball players, Lisa.
Well, many of the same names that we see year after year for Schenck. This group's been playing together a long time. Obviously, that experience is working for them.
Clark, for example, is only a freshman, number 42 in the starting lineup. Fisk and Carter are seniors, but they'll have some players back. This is Carter with it. Now gives it to Darcy Clark, the 5'8" freshman. And they work it around outside. Fisk will do most of the ball handling chores. Minkowski will shoot from the side a lot like that. And Schenck goes up 2-0.
You see that full court pressure now by Schenck. Man-to-man pressure.
Ludden breaks the press, gets it underneath to Mickelson, who puts it up and good. And we're tied at 2.
Mickelson's going to have her hands full. She's drawn the assignment of guarding Stephanie Carter man-to-man.
This will call the plays for Schenck. Number 10 gets it to Stephanie Carter, one of the most highly touted schoolgirl ball players in the state. Rebound coming down to Penobscot Valley. Ludden in the corner to Michaud. Starts to go inside. Back to Ludden, guarded by Fisk. And a long one by Howland is off the rim. Tipped high. And Penobscot Valley comes away with it. Howland with the ball, top of the circle. 6:45. Schenck and Penobscot Valley vying for the right to play in the Eastern Maine final on Saturday night. Ludden works the ball around and gets it inside to Nicholson. Fakes, puts it up, and draws the foul from Darcy Clark.
Referee Bruce Anderson. Today's officials, Bruce Anderson from Brewer and Roger Chesley from East Corinth.
So Julie Ludden will put the ball in play under her own basket. There's the play again. Nicholson going up, as you see, and drawing the foul from Clark. Now back to live action. Shot is missed, and Schenck comes away with the ball. Stephanie Carter racing toward the corner, bounces to Fisk. Or rather, Spearin, and the ball's lost out of bounds, but touched out by Howland of Penobscot Valley.
A little bit of miscommunication on that one. Spearin tried to get the ball back into Carter. Wasn't quite ready for the pass.
Fisk has it for Schenck. 6:09. Starts to go to the left side to Spearin. Back out to Fisk. Spearin looks up at it and thinks better of it. Back to Fisk. And they set it up. Like to go in. They'd like to go in to Carter. She comes out to get it, though, and passes down inside underneath to Spearin, and she draws the foul.
Nice play that time by Schenck. Pulled Stephanie Carter out, opened things up a little bit on the inside, and they sent Spearin along the baseline. She drew the foul from Ludden. Looking to feed the ball into Carter. And you see the baseline cut by Spearin, and she was fouled. And she's on for 2 shots.
Of course, Schenck's main aim will be to get the ball into Stephanie Carter in the lane or down low, but they also have some good perimeter shooters in Spearin on the line, and Mankowski, also Fisk. They can fire up. That's what makes Schenck such a threat, inside and outside game. And now back the other way, foul is called. Maybe on Carter.
I believe it was, Keith.
And Ludden will be going to the line for Penobscot Valley.
That's one thing you'll see Penobscot Valley do a lot. They like to push the ball down the floor when they have the opportunity to break. Again, the crossover dribble here. Nice bounce pass underneath, and Carter's going to get called for the foul with the body.
So the first foul second foul on Schenck in the game. First foul on Carter. And we're tied at 3 right now with 5:45 to go in the first period. Ludden's second shot is good. Penobscot Valley up by a point. Fisk on the dribble to Spearin, loops it in to Carter, and she's fouled right away by Nicholson. So they're calling him right away at both ends. This time Mankowski will put the ball in play. This is Spearin. Cross-court pass to Mankowski. Almost didn't have enough on it, but finally gets the pass away. Now it's stolen back by Carter. Stops, puts up a jump shot. Off, rebound Mankowski. Nowhere to go. Almost loses it. Now out front is Clark, giving it to Fisk. Stephanie Fisk. Mankowski into Carter. Spin around jump shot is off and taken down. Penobscot Valley. Nicholson got a hand in the nose that time on the rebounding action. Ludden coming hard, going all the way into the lane, and it's stolen back by Spearin.
Probably should have pulled it up right then. Didn't really have the opportunity. She wasn't in an outnumbering situation.
Stephanie Fisk with the ball to Stephanie Carter. Good, nice shot. 5-4. 4:45. Ludden coming down court across the center line, guarded by Fisk. Penobscot Valley in green and white. Schenck in the white uniforms with a green trim. great rivalry through the years. Nice shot by Howland. And the Howlers go up by 1, 6-5. Fisk looking for Carter. She comes out to pick it up and goes in the lane, puts up the jump shot. That's off and taken down by Allie.
That's going to be a real important job for Allie right now, is if giving them only that one shot at the basket. They're really going to have to do a good job on the defensive boards.
Allie picked up a pile of points in the semifinal against Limestone. 20 points for Stacey Allie inside. Very good on the board. She's listed at 5'11". They tried to get it into Allie, but it's stolen back by Schenck. Mankowski underneath, up, and it rolls in.
Nice drive by Mankowski that time, using the crossover dribble to maintain control and went to the glass.
7-6 now. Schenck by a point. Ludden back for Penobscot Valley. To Michaud, Tracy Michaud. Cross to Ludden in the corner. Looks inside to Allie. Allie spins, double teams, gets the shot up, scores, and gets fouled.
That's where strength comes into play right there, Keith. Stacey Allie with a nice strong move to the basket. Doubled sometimes and tripled team, and she was able to go up with it from the baseline and score through the foul, possibility of a three-point play.
Again, two of the best taller players in Class C are matched up today, and Stephanie Carter of Schenck and Stacey Allie of Penobscot Valley. This is, we expected this would be interesting to watch, especially the inside game. Now there's the spin around jumper by Clark. And she's fouled Carter, and she's fouling on the rebound, coming over the back.
We saw a very happy Brian Artis standing up applauding that play. Again, it's very important for Penobscot Valley to get position on those boards. And as they have the inside position here, Carter comes over the back and picks up the foul.
Dangerous thing for Stephanie Carter to be doing, and there's a double dribble. She finally picked it up and put it down again. Ludden turns it over. Fisk has it for Schenck. 3:09 to go in the first period. Fisk inside, nice pass. Clark's shot is stolen away. Michaud with it.
Good idea to pull it up.
Back out to Hallett. Rebound Nicholson, who puts it up and off. Rebound knocked out of bounds, and it'll be a Schenck ball.
And we see Rita Floyd checking into the ball game now. Rita Floyd, a 5'7" junior, and she replaces Darcy Clark.
Mankowski in the corner underneath. Nice pass. Spearman's up and off, and she's fouled by Hallett.
Almost got that to go that time. Again, they like to run Spearing along the baseline as they pulled Carter out. Carter at the high post goes out to Mankowski, down and low to Spearing, who's cut along the baseline, and she's fouled.
Fouled in the act of shooting, so Spearing on for 2 shots. 3 team fouls against the Penobscot Valley, 4 against Schenck, with 2:42 remaining in the first period. This is Spearing. .240 to go. Ludden with the ball, guarded by Fisk as she comes into forecourt. In the corner to Hallett, looking inside. Back out to Ludden, to Hallett. 2:27. Michaud tries the left side and comes back out top of the circle. And it goes to Allie, who spins on Carter and puts it up high off the rim. Rebound tipped high, taken by Howland. Hallett, pass underneath, intended for Michaud. It's good.
It's going to be interesting to watch right now with Stephanie Carter. She has 2 fouls on her early in this first half. Penobscot Valley may try to work the ball into Allie a little bit more now to see if they can draw that 3rd foul on Stephanie Carter. Still in the ball game.
Carter takes shots, turns the ball over. Penobscot Valley up by 3 points, and you've heard it said many times, but how tough it is to play a team you've beaten twice for the 3rd time. Ludden with it, guarded by Fisk to the foul line. Michaud to Hallett. 1:41. Ludden looking in, brings it back to Hallett. Nice shot right on the 3-point line. Baxter giving her 3 for that one.
It is 3.
Well, she went up on the line, but she went up outside of the line and drops 3 down for Penobscot Valley. And they're up 14-8. A game they both won desperately, and there's a foul on Mickelson as Carter gets the ball in the lane.
Looks as if that foul was a pushing off foul on inside. Next foul is going to put him in the bonus.
Each team with 4 team fouls. Matkowski will put the ball in play. And underneath, Floyd gets it and rolls it in. Rita Floyd, 2 big points.
Yes, we saw Rita Floyd do a nice job last year in this tournament, and she came in as their super sub.
She came in off the bench the other night for 6 points in the quarterfinal game. Alley's shot is missed. Alley and Connor tie it up. And the arrow points to the Schenck basket, or the Penobscot Valley basket.
And they'll take it out right underneath, as that happened in the lane.
The Howlers. Ludden will put it in play for the Howlers. Comes out deep to Michaud. Back to Julie Ludden. To Hallett. 55 seconds. 4-point lead, and Penobscot Valley is going to work it around for the good shot, the open shot. There it is, but it misses, and Cotter comes down with a rebound. To Fisk. Running hard the other way. To Floyd, out to Mankowski. She fakes and comes back out deep to Fisk. Inside it goes to Cotter. Rebound Alley. 26 seconds. Fast break. Hallett the other way and misses.
How many times do we see that, Keith? Came down the opportunity to score, missed the basket, a little bit of frustration, and comes back with a foul. And now we're in the bonus, so we're going to go down to the other end for the foul shots, the 1-and-1.
It's almost like instant frustration after missing the layup.
Really have to show a lot of self-control in that situation. You know, you've made one mistake. Try not to make the second one.
So they put Schenck in the 1-and-1 situation. Stephanie Cotter goes on the line and puts it in, and with 21 seconds, and her team down by 3. Now it's 14-12.
And Carter's going to come out right now. She's being replaced by Mary Beth Courier. She's a 5'9" sophomore coming in for Schenck to give Stephanie Carter a break in the final seconds of the first quarter.
Ludden, the ball handler for Penobscot Valley, gives it to Michaud, back to Ludden, and she'll set it up the final 9 seconds here. They'll maybe try to get one more open shot. Ludden moves in the lane in traffic, and she may have been fouled.
Yeah, she was fouled by Rita Floyd that time. And she got her on the arm. So Ludden will go back on the line. 2 seconds to go in this first quarter. And Coach Brian Irish got to be pleased with the way his Howlers are playing.
Both teams in the 1-and-1. 3-point lead for the Howlers. Not the Howlers. Yes, the Howlers. Okay. And it's 16-12. 2 seconds on the clock. Here's a long drive by Fisk. And after one, it's 16-12. We'll be back in a moment.
Well, now, folks love to live here, and folks like to visit here, and no one wants to move away. But have a little patience, and you'll be hearing from vacation land. Postcards from Maine. We're sending you postcards from Maine. Postcards from Maine. Well, it feels so wicked decent that it's hard to explain. Get in.
Join us Saturday, March 11th at 9.
This is Maine High School Tournament Basketball on the stations of the Maine Public Broadcasting Network, a service of the University of Maine system.
Okay, Lisa, so far this game is what we might have expected from two intense rivals. Schenck, of course, winning, as we mentioned, the 2 games on the season, but so difficult to play a tough team for the third time after winning twice. Stephanie Cotter, one of the premier ball players in state. And it's a 2-point lead for PVHS, 16-14 as the second period gets underway. Ludden with it. Michaud back to Ludden. Long 3-point attempt is good.
Nailed it.
Boy, they've thrown 2 down. And widen the lead to 19-14. Okay, Fisk back for Schenck. Underneath to Cotter. Puts it up and off. Cotter with a rebound. Goes right back up there. Off again. Nicholson the rebound.
Again, Penobscot Valley looking to push the ball down the floor when they can. Ludden says, why not again?
Tries for 3 again. Rebound knocked around. Scramble 4, and Fisk tries to key the fast break, but they think now they bring it back to Mankowski off the rim. Cotter moves through to get the rebound, and she draws the foul, maybe from Alley.
I believe it was. Yes, Stacey Alley with the push. It's on 1-and-1 because it was in the rebounding action. Both teams coming out running to start this second quarter.
Cotter picked up 11 points in the opening contest against John Babst. Schenck an easy winner over Babst in the quarterfinal game.
She's awful tough on the line, Keith.
And it's a 3-point game, Penobscot Valley. Ludden to Michaud. Back to Ludden. Michaud with nowhere to go, coming back to Ludden and Michaud, and they're going to play pass with it till they find somebody inside. They get it into Nicholson, and she comes back in the corner to Michaud. Back to Julie Ludden.
Concentrating on that one side of the floor right now.
Michaud's attempt. Fisk with the rebound. Driving the Schenck Wolverines down court. Gives it back to Cotter. Long one by Stephanie Cotter that rolls off. Penobscot Valley with the rebound. Ludden. Quickly, the Howlers come back. Hallett steps on the 3-point line, goes back to Ludden, and Michaud to the left.
Taking him a second to set things up now. Trying to get the ball inside, but against this zone, you may want... There it is.
Alley keeps crossing the lane, finally she gets it, puts it in.
Does a real nice job of squaring up to the basket on that shot.
You're going to like the way Penobscot Valley sets it up when they come down. It's very smooth, and Alley keeps working around inside, trying to get free, moving without the ball, and getting the pass that down and putting it down. And now Nicholson comes away with a rebound for Penobscot Valley. Gives it to Ludden. And they'll set it up again. Here's the jumper from the foul line by Nicholson. And there's the rebound by Schenck's freshman, Darcy Clark. This is Fisk with it. Shot from the corner by Spearn. One of Schenck's good perimeter shooters. Now Cotter goes up from the lane, and boy, what a threat. 21-18 now. PVHS still with that 3-point lead. 5:07 to go in the first half. Michaud loses the handle and picks it up. Comes back to the foul line to Ludden out front. Michaud to Nicholson, into Alley, cutting across the lane. She'll take the jumper.
She's got awful good hands, Keith. That pass was a little bit off. She controlled that with a nice touch.
Goes right up over Stephanie Cotter and pokes it through.
Nice jump shot.
Fisk out front to Mankowski. In spin around jump shot. Cotter's off the glass. Boy.
Seeing quite a matchup between the two of them right now.
Both smooth looking tall ball players. Alley and Stephanie Cotter. And a foul is called as Hallett tried to get by Mankowski.
Made the mistake of reaching in. Got to play the defense with your feet. She had help and reached in. Now you're going to get the 1-and-1.
Only the first foul on Mankowski. But Hallett will go on the line for Howland for 1-and-1.
Banks that foul shot in.
Suzanne Hallett, a junior, at 5'3". PVHS has a number of juniors, underclass people on the team. Carter, 4:07 in the first half, out to Fisk, top of the circle, looks inside, and now over intended for Clark, and she lost it out of bounds.
Howland got
a hand on it, knocked it away, and it went off Clark. Ludden will come back and set up the offense for Penobscot Valley. 3:50 now. To Michaud, guarded by Clark. Now she takes a step and turns it over. Stephanie Carter will put it in play for the Wolverines. Fisk will set it up. Inside, Carter. Side of the lane, loses the ball out of bounds. Wants the foul, but she lost the ball out and turns it over.
Good defense positioning that time by Nicholson.
Looking down for it now. From behind Julie Ludden. And Howland looks in toward Alley, cutting through the lane. Can't get it in there. Comes back out to Michaud to go to Ludden, and fouling. So a few turnovers here on both sides. We'll give the ball back to Schenck this time with 3:18 in the first half. Fisk into Carter. Mankowski back to Carter, and up from the lane, in and out, and Nicholson with the rebound. Dishes it over to Ludden. Ludden will take the long one from time to time. CVHS has already put in a couple of three-pointers. Let's see if Howland, see if Ludden goes for another one here if she gets the chance. Now Alley comes through the lane, stops, puts it up and off, and the rebound by Carter. Little off balance on her shot that time. Fisk underneath to Clark, but gives it back out.
Winning to Floyd.
Miss Floyd, it came back out to Clark. In fact, was fouled.
I believe Howland picked up that foul. Schenck pushes the ball down the floor this time. Into Floyd, back out to Clark. Clark drives, and Howland gets her with the body. And we have a timeout here by Schenck. So play getting a little ragged right now, Keith, as we've seen a couple turnovers, and I think both coaches are glad for this timeout right now. We're going to take a look at the defense right now that Penobscot Valley's trying to use against Schenck Wolverines. Bill?
To be doing with that, Lisa, is that Schenck is coming down in Penobscot Valley in the colored uniform, setting up a man-to-man. They're doing a pretty good job with it one way or the other. And then all of a sudden, Schenck has pushed them down, and they're sitting down in almost like a 1-4, and you can see it lined up across here. And with Penobscot Valley playing tight man-to-man, they continue it on where Schenck is trying to penetrate in. And what Penobscot's being able to do is they're getting some help side off the backside. You see the girl get screened, the girl coming through, gets down to get some help coming right to here, and all of a sudden the girl will try to lay it up and in. Penobscot Valley dropping off to give some help on that side, and they cause the foul. It's doing a pretty good job, and they've frustrated a little bit on Carter.
Yes. One of the things they've been able to do is force her to come outside a little bit more and take that outside jumper. And as we said, Nicholson's been doing a nice job. One thing that has worked for them has been that play along the baseline.
And they have drawn Carter into a couple, committing a couple of fouls early by getting frustrated, blocking around and having her going over someone's back. She's done that a couple times.
Yes, she has.
24-21 now, 24-22, two-point game. PVHS in the lead, 2:35. Ludden with it, Michaud. Long shot by Michaud, rolls up in the air and drops back down. Went almost to the top of the backboard.
That was close, yeah. Might have gone off the clock that time.
Getting the roll, and it's 26-22. Underneath, this time, Carter has no trouble. She's free in there and puts it off the glass.
It's a nice quick release on that shot in there.
Now it's stolen back by Clark. To Fisk, long one. And we've got a tie game suddenly.
Schenck fans up and on their feet now.
Look at that pressure in backcourt.
5-second violation. And we have a timeout, a quick timeout here by Penobscot Valley, as that Schenck pressure really got to him and caused some quick turnovers. Tied the ball game.
Schenck came right out pressing that time, and quickly Brian Artis wants to settle his girls down and call probably a good timely, quick timeout before things get out of hand.
They certainly did. See, right here, Rita Floyd really putting the pressure on the ball. And Clark staying with her man, Fisk on hers. Remember, the person throwing the ball in has 5 seconds in order to get that in.
Probably strategically a good time right now for Brian Artis to call another immediate timeout and stop this right now.
That's right. You don't want to let the momentum get built up. And both sets, the Schenck fans right up on their feet now behind their girls. As now the Penobscot Valley fans are up.
So often, though, you'll see one team begin to turn things around in a hurry by a change of defense or a change in the game. And it gets out of hand before the timeout is called.
That's true.
I think he wanted to stop that right away. Here's a long one that's in and out.
Stephanie Carter's outside shooting the three, and now we have the Penobscot Valley turnover. What's happened is Schenck has turned up the intensity on that defense. They had started with sort of a token man-to-man press, but really wasn't putting much pressure on. And now as they picked up that intensity, we see a lot more turnovers by the Howlers.
Doobie in the lineup now for Penobscot Valley, Sandy Doobie. And there's a nice shot from the corner by Clark. Darcy Clark, the freshman, at 5'8". And Schenck now goes up by 2, 28-26. Sandy Doobie with the ball. Gets it out to Ludden. I'd like to get Allie coming through there. Allie guarded closely by Carter. Now she gets it in the lane. Now it's fought for and tied up.
Good hustle that time. Coaches like to see that loose ball on the floor and both players going after it.
Arrow pointing to the TVHS basket, so Doobie putting the ball in play. Sandy Doobie's a 5'7" junior in the corner, number 14. Now it's into Allie. Spins, goes off the glass, and gets her own rebound, goes back up over Stephanie Carter, or going up over, that time she was going up with Mary Beth Courier.
Carter's out right now, taking a break in this last minute. Remember, she does have 2 fouls on her, and a good coaching move that time by Steve Lavassa to take her out so she doesn't pick up number 3.
Courier in the line up is a 5'9" sophomore. Now Mankowski's long bomb attempt misses. Nicholson with a rebound. Ludden long down to Michaud and gets it back, but it's picked up by Schenck's Fisk. Clark with it. Foul line jump shot. In and out, and the rebound taken by Nicholson. Hits it to Ludden, fast and furious right now, as both teams race back and forth. Ludden goes all the way in under and puts it up.
Good strong move that time. Planted the feet, went up strong.
With 12 seconds to go in the first half, it's a Penobscot Valley lead again, and here's Fisk tying the game. What a ball game right now. 1 second on the clock, and we're tied at halftime, 30-30. So this is the kind of game we were hoping it would be, with two of the best in Class C here at the Bangor Auditorium this afternoon.
You're showing us why right now, Keith. That last minute, we saw a lot of action. And we'll be back to the Bangor Auditorium in just a moment.
Production and broadcast of the high school B, C, and D basketball tournament games on MPBN are made possible in part by grants from Machias Savings Bank, the Total Service Bank, McDonald's Restaurants of Maine, Grant's Dairy, processing milk produced by Central, Eastern, and Northern Maine dairy farmers since 1902, Husson College, offering master's, baccalaureate, and associate degrees in business and professional studies, and R.H. Foster Incorporated, with locations in Machias, Hamden, Lisbon, and Caribou, mobile distributors throughout Maine.
Okay, Schenck and Penobscot Valley tied at halftime, 30 apiece. As you look at cheerleaders on the floor, Penobscot Valley and Schenck are both wearing green and white. And Lisa, whose cheerleaders are they?
I believe that is the Penobscot Valley Howland cheerleaders.
Both wearing green and white uniforms. Schenck, of course, vying to get into the Eastern Maine Final for the 3rd year in a row. In fact, they've won the state championship the last 2 years. Last year, they defeated Erskine Academy 77-52 to win the state final, and in 1987 it was Schenck 57, Livermore Falls 46. So this same group of girls, of course, would just love to do it one more time. Cotter, Spearin, Vankowski, and Fisk will all be gone next year. However, they'll come back with people like Rita Floyd and Darcy Clark. It's almost like they may be grooming Darcy Clark to be another Stephanie Cotter. She's got pretty good size. She's only a freshman.
That's quite a role.
Oh, it certainly is.
To step into.
She will be stepping into that kind of a role, leadership role, no doubt, playing as a freshman and being that tall.
The other one they'll look for in that role is Rita Floyd, as she's come off the bench as their 6th man. She plays on the post inside, and she does a nice job for them, Keith.
Penobscot Valley, of course, would dearly love to be a thorn in Schenck's side, and if anybody can do that, it's probably Penobscot Valley.
Every time these two teams meet, it's a great ball game, and they've had some great rivalries after the last couple years. To go along with that, Keith, I was talking to Coach Brian Artis before the game. Many friendships have evolved from these past few years, where a lot of these girls go to camp together in the summer and write to each other throughout the year, exchange birthday presents. So there's some good friendships, but when they get on the floor, it's the rivalry. We're going to go now courtside with Bill McManus.
Thank you, Lisa. And with me here, I have Coach Gary Fifield, who is the women's basketball coach at the University of Southern Maine. And Gary, your team is doing an unbelievable job this year. Tell us a little bit about it.
We've had a great year, that's for sure. Right now, we're 22-2. We're ranked 4th in the country. And we've won the regular season on the Little East Conference, and we'll be hosting the Little East Conference postseason tournament this weekend, starting tomorrow night.
Gary, who have you got on your team right now that's from Eastern Maine that maybe some people might recognize the names?
Certainly they'll recognize Chris Littlefield from Brewer, Gina LeBlanc from Caribou. Let's see, we have Tammy Nose from Mountain View. We have, who else we have from, we have a real nice girl from Stearns as well.
Gary, when you talked about your program you had at USM, you made a special trip during Christmas vacation. That's kind of attractive to kids coming to Southern Maine for an education. Maybe you can give me a few words on it.
That's true. We went down to the Bahamas to an 18 tournament down there over Christmas break. You know, that was a great experience basketball-wise, but more importantly, you know, we went to a third world country, you know, got to see, you know, a lot different lifestyle, and it was pretty eye-opening for all of us.
Difference, Gary, we're talking about, you said there's a different atmosphere. We've always talked about this at Eastern Maine. Every tournament year comes up. People from the southern part of the state come up here. What do you think that is? What's the difference?
I don't know, but it's great up here, that's for sure. You come in here and you got the bands and the cheerleaders and all the townspeople are out supporting their girls. It's great. It really is. It's a tremendous atmosphere, and I really enjoy coming up here.
Gary, if there are girls there in the high school or parents that are looking to go into USM, what do they do if they are interested in maybe basketball? Contact you or your assistant, Tom Murphy?
Definitely, they could contact either of us or have their high school coach give us a call. You know, we're up here taking a good look at a few girls today.
And that's the title that you're going to build your program. Listen, Gary, I want to wish you the best of luck in your upcoming tournament. Hopefully I'm going to be able to get down and see. I happen to know Chris Littlefield had her in junior high school, so I'd like to see him play. But best of luck to you, and thank you and Tom for coming up and taking your time out of a busy schedule.
Well, thank you for having us on.
Thanks, Gary. Lisa?
Thank you very much, Bill. We might want to see Keith if they need a camera crew to get down to the Bahamas with them next year. Maybe
there you go.
Sign us up or something. We're going to take a look at that first half scoring for the Penobscot Valley Howlers. They were led by Stacy Alley and Julie Ludden. Each had 9. Suzanne Hallett had 6. Tracy Mishu 4. And Amy Nicholson had 2 for their total of 30 first half points. For Schenck, Stephanie Carter led the way with 16 points in the first half. Stephanie Fisk, Dawn Mankowski both had 4 points. Lori Spearin, Darcy Clark, and Rita Floyd each had a bucket for their total of 30 points. So a great first half, and be interesting in the second half to see what they can do to try to stop Stephanie Carter with her 16 first points. Looking at the percentages, Penobscot Valley shot a little bit better percentage from the floor They were 11 for 26 with 42%. The difference of Schenck had more shots. They were 11 for 33 for 33% from the line. Penobscot Valley 6 for 7, 85%. Schenck 6 for 10, 60%. About even in the turnover department, but we saw where those turnovers started to hurt Penobscot Valley at the end of the first half, where Schenck forced those turnovers off their press and were able to get back in and tie the ball game at 30.
Schenck almost turned it up a notch just before halftime. It seemed like they just turned it up a notch maybe 2 minutes before halftime.
Yes, they did. What we saw is just a sort of a token defensive pressure at the beginning. Really went into a hard man-to-man press at the end of that first half, and they scored a couple buckets off of it.
They tried to deny the ball to Stephanie Carter, and she scored, as you said, 16 points. And almost, it was almost, certainly you can't say it was an effortless job, but she does it with ease, really.
Well, the thing is, Keith, she got 16 points. She still missed a lot of shots on the inside, but she had many opportunities. We'll be right back to the Bangor Auditorium for the second half of this semifinal game.
There are two examples of over and back, one from the ball thrown from out of bounds and also once when the ball is on the court.
And on the throw-in from out of bounds, an airborne player from the front court may land in the back court, and that is legal. That's on the throw-in. On a ball that is on the court and in play, an airborne player from the front court lands in the back court. That is gone from front to back court.
How are we going to handle over and back with the dribbler?
When the dribbler is progressing up the court from back to front court, he must have both feet in the ball over the line to reach front court status. With just 2 feet over and the ball back, there's no problem. With the ball over and 2 feet back, there's no problem. When the dribbler comes over the line with both feet like that and the ball, then we've reached front court status.
Okay, we're about set to go for second half of this ball game between Schenck and Penobscot Valley. It's turned out to be a real exciting contest. We're tied at 30. The winner of this will advance, of course, to the Eastern Maine Finals. Schenck has done it twice before. In fact, they're looking to repeat as state champs. They've been state champions 2 years in a row, and Penobscot Valley would like to be a thorn in their side right now. And I don't know who holds the upper hand. I know that Penobscot Valley, while they ran off and seemed to control things for a while, and Schenck got right back in it with a real flurry of activity toward the end of the first half.
Well, I think Penobscot Valley is got to be happy that, you know, they're even at the half. They come out now, and it's anybody's game here with 1 half to go.
Schenck will take the ball to begin the second half. Mankowski in the corner, back to Fisk. She will set it up. Cotter, side of the foul line. Clark, the freshman, gets it into Mankowski, or rather Fisk, and first brings it all the way out around to the left side of Mankowski. She's open there. She's deadly. She'll do that. You can't leave her open very often.
Yeah, we're going to see that pressure now.
We saw that often in last year's Eastern Maine tournament. Mankowski got really hot one night and got several of those long bombs. 33-30, 7-13. Second half just underway. Nicholson spins and puts it up from the lane, and the rebound tipped high. Foul on Alley.
Yes, that time Stephanie Carter had the position on the rebound. Alley reached over, and I believe she caught her with the hip.
So Schenck gets it back. 1 foul. First foul in the second half is on Alley, and that's number 2 on Alley. Spearin to Fisk. Finds Clark in the corner. Now back to Spearin, is open. She's another one of their fine perimeter shooters. Left-handed shot. Sky-hook left-handed, I guess, or she just kind of pushed it in there left-handed by Cotter. Quickly, Schenck moves out to a 5-point lead.
Penobscot Valley likes to push the ball down the floor, and we just saw Julie Ludden do that. She drew the foul from Stephanie Fisk. Goes into the lane, goes up, not unable to make the ball fall for her, but she's going to be on the line for 2.
Julie Ludden, who does most of the quarterbacking, the playmaking guard, 5'6" senior. (35-31). Ball tipped out of bounds, touched by
Pulled that one off Clark's leg.
Valley.
Oh, no, off to Stacy Alley. Now we see a little pressure of Penobscot Valley, and we see the quick turnover that time. Clark, I believe that was Howland, got her hand up and forced the turnover.
Coming out deep with it, Michaud for Penobscot Valley. Back to Ludden. Ludden goes inside, goes by one defender, and a foul being called on
Nice
Schenck
move that
Clark.
time. She split the defenders.
Darcy Clark picking up the foul. And that's the second foul on Clark. And Ludden will go back on the line with a team down by 4. It's a 3-point lead for Schenck. Takes her time and pops number 2.
Again, we're going to look for that pressure, see if they can come up with another turnover here.
Double teaming and trapping in backcourt. But Schenck breaks it. Fisk to Mankowski. Back to Fisk. Mankowski. Fisk. Not open outside yet. Now Cotter jumps from the side of the lane. High off the rim. The ball is tipped out of bounds. I think touched by Schenck. Clark bounced it on the end line.
Penobscot Valley got a break on that one. As they were battling for the rebound, they knocked it away from each other.
Clark picked it up and bounced it out of bounds, and now another turnover.
Julie Ludden didn't quite know where she was on the court that time, and as she received the ball, she stepped back on the end line.
Mankowski comes in quickly to Clark, puts it up off the glass, and Alley has the rebound this time, and the Howlers coming back with a fast break, 2-on-2.
Nice pass that time. Beautiful pass by Howland that time.
Quick outlet pass, too, and they really moved it down court. Okay, Fisk. Schenck back again. Cotter stops, dribbles, pops it up and in. Boy. A couple more to her total. She had 16 for the first half. 37-35. Schenck now with a 2-point lead. Schenck raced off to a 5-point lead, and then PVHS closed the gap a bit. Ball is knocked out of bounds by Fisk, and PVHS will maintain control. Ludden with it. And comes back to Michaud, back to Ludden in the corner. Goes way out deep to Hallett. And to Ludden as they work it around. PVHS is going to make sure they get the open shot. Take their time. Alley has the ball stripped away, and she picks it up and takes a shot, and in and out, and Connor with a rebound.
Boy, everybody sagged on Alley that time.
Schenck wasting no time getting back. Spearin to Mankowski, to Fisk, into Cotter. Spin around jump shot from the lane. And the rebound coming down, and Hallett is tied up by Spearin, but PVHS will have the ball.
Penobscot Valley's come out with a different defense this time now in the second half. Looks like they've almost switched to some type of a zone with man-to-man coverage on Stephanie Carter. Be interesting to see how that defense moves.
Alley in the lane, jump shot, rebound comes down to Spearin.
Nobody on the boards that time for Penobscot Valley.
Spearin at 5'4" gets the board. Mankowski from the corner again, in and out. And Clark, spin around jumper, rolls off. Alley with it.
Real good position that time. Good court awareness, looks up. Couldn't quite put the brakes on that time as Michaud traveled on the end. Rita Floyd checking in for Clark. Penobscot Valley does a nice job on that break, though, Keith. They're always keep their head up, look for the person down court.
Good quick outlet passes, and they got it down there. Everything went right except Michaud lost it out on the end line. Spearin with it. In the corner to Floyd, back to Spearin into Stephanie Cotter, goes in the paint and puts it in again. Gee. What a threat inside. A lot of pressure coming from Schenck. 39 to 35, a 4-point lead for Schenck. Ludden has the ball inside. Alley spin around jump down.
Nice move toward the baseline that time by Stacey Alley. Remember, Stephanie Clark playing with 2 fouls. Done a nice job not picking up that third one.
Now it's a 2-point game. Fisk, Spearin's shot. And Mankowski gets it, clears it, cross to Fisk, bounce. Rather, Spearin bounce pass to Floyd, back out front they bring it. Cotter spins, can't get a shot away. She's bottled up. Mankowski will put it through.
That's the 1-2 punch of Schenck right there.
A long 2-pointer. Ludden, a Howland, and a foul.
And that one may be on Stephanie. We're going to have to look as they...
Giving it to Spearin.
Okay, they gave that to Spearin. Another substitution getting ready to check into the game. Doobie coming in as we watch Julie Ludden. Drives down the court. And right there, Spearin got her on the arm. Hallett goes to the line.
That's only 1 foul on Spearin, but she'll take a break anyway.
Doobie must be checking in for Hallett as she waits over at the table. .41-37, and Doobie comes in. Sandy Doobie back in the ball game. Number 14. .41-38, way down to Clark in the corner. And Fisk will set it up to Schenck. To Spearin. Starts to go inside, loops it into Cotter. She'll take that shot. Gets the shooter's roll. Yes, that is. That's the shooter's touch right there. It bounces around and Irvin drops for her.
Puts it up softly and it rolls around. Alley has it tied up by Fisk.
Good help defense that time by Stephanie Fisk. Stacey Alley brought the ball down, and Fisk went in to help dig the post.
Now it's stolen by Nicholson. Jump shot. Nice shot by Nicholson.
Real pretty shot that time on the turnaround jumper by Nicholson.
3-point lead for Schenck. Trapping it back. A player controlled foul that time.
It's referee Bruce Anderson with that call.
Good trapping defense.
Player control foul, and we'll have the ball out on the side for Penobscot Valley.
That time the good double teaming, trapping defense paid off for Penobscot Valley as they get it back. Okay, Michaud starts to go in, comes back to Ludden. 2 minutes in the third period. Michaud. Ludden looking inside to Alley, cutting across the lane. Now it goes back to Doobie, and she's tied up immediately by Mankowski. But the arrow this time is pointing to the Penobscot Valley basket.
You'd think Penobscot Valley would really be trying to work the ball into Stacey Alley if possible right now. Really try to go to work on Carter on the inside. And I believe that basket's going to count. And we're going to have to see who that foul's on. The foul's on Rita Floyd. Stephanie Carter very close to picking up that foul that time. Nicholson doing a nice job for Penobscot Valley right now. Real strong move. Possibility of 3-point play. Again, coming in off the inbounds pass, there's Nicholson. Again, Carter awful close on that one.
Carter with a rebound now for Schenck. 1:40 to go. The team leads now by only a point.
Carter does a little bit of everything for that team, Keith. You don't very many times see the big person bringing the ball up the floor.
There's a tie-up underneath, and the ball is loose, and we've got a tie-up, but the arrow is pointing to the Schenck basket, and Mankowski helps Ludden up off the floor. As the ball comes back onto the press table, it'll be put in bounds by Schenck. Underneath the Schenck basket, Mankowski has it, or will be giving it. Will be taking it from underneath, up and over by Floyd. Carter goes right back at the net.
I think one thing we're seeing a little bit more of, Stephanie Carter seems a little bit stronger this year. And a lot of that comes with age.
I think she's quickened her step in there, too. I think the movement is a little bit quicker. That's Allie.
Allie showing she's got the shooter's touch as well.
Good, strong, tall ball player. Allie listed at 5'11". 45-44, Schenck by 1. Mankowski races to the side of the lane, puts up a jump shot. And PBHS comes away with it. Michaud to Ludden, loses the handle on it. So a turnover by PBHS.
Both teams playing their hearts out right now, Keith.
Third period winding down. What a ball game this has been. Long one by Carter, three-point line. I think she was on the line. Was she behind the line or just on the line when she fired it up?
I think that was going to be 3 if it went.
35 seconds. And Ludden goes to work for PBHS.
He's going to work for the last shot now. 26 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
Michaud back to Ludden.
Be a real boost for him if they could come out, score that final bucket, go into the fourth quarter with a 1-point lead.
Michaud goes in the lane for the jump shot, in and out. Allie underneath.
There's a foul. Stephanie Carter. Boy, there's a double whammy on that one. They scored the basket, 4 seconds to go on the clock. Possibility of a 3-point play, and the boot, Stephanie Carter picks up her third foul. Good penetration by Michaud. Puts the ball up. Again, we see good offensive positioning on the rebound for Stacey Alley. Carter picks up the foul, and Alley on the line now. And the ball's off to Carter.
Carter has 3 seconds to work with. 1 second.
Didn't miss by much, Keith. We'll be back to the Bangor Auditorium in just a moment.
Anne of Green Gables, a remarkable young girl whose imagination and red hair cause her no end of trouble. An orphan, taken in by an elderly brother and sister, she grows from an awkward girl to a mature young woman. Megan follows Colin Dewhurst and Richard Farnsworth in Anne of Green Gables on Wonderworks.
Join us Sunday, March 5th at 1:45.
Maine High School Tournament Basketball here on the stations of the Maine Public Broadcasting Network, a service of the University of Maine system.
Okay, back for the final 8 minutes in this one, a C semifinal, and what a contest it's been. And Lisa, talk about a morale booster just before the gun went off. And the third period, Allie got a big bucket and was fouled, unable to make the foul shot, but it really fired up PBHS and put them up by 1 point. That's a good way to start the final period.
It sure is. They really executed that play well. They were working for the last shot, and they went down to 4 seconds and scored. So that's didn't really give Schenck much of a chance to answer that one.
Ludden has it, goes over on the right side toward the corner, handing off in there. Gets it back from Doobie. This is Michaud looking inside.
Ludden likes the three. You see her setting herself up out there.
Ludden.
Oh, nice
in
screen
underneath
that
to
time.
Nicholson. Jump shot. Goes up above Floyd, puts it in, a foul on the rebound.
Stacey Alley going over the back. Stephanie Carter had nice position on that. Boxing out so important. So a nice screen come off this. Stacey Alley goes over and sets the screen. Nicholson comes down low, goes up for the shot, rolls off, and there's that inside position of Stephanie Carter drawing the foul on Alley.
46-45. Penobscot Valley leads by a point. Final period just underway, a minute old. Stephanie Carter puts her team ahead.
Took her back door on that one.
Lots of pressure coming from Schenck, and they force a turnover. Fisk has it. Fisk will set it up. To Carter. She'll take the jump shot from the side of the lane, get the rebound, go in the lane, put it up and in, and good foul.
And past the hoop, and I believe that foul's going to be on Doobie. Sandy Doobie picking up that foul. Good second effort here by Carter. First shot missed, gets the board, comes up, and I believe we're going to have a timeout here. It looks like a timeout for Penobscot Valley. One of the things we were talking about a little bit earlier, Keith, is the defensive change. It looks more like a sagging man-to-man. Maybe they've gone into a zone trying to double-team Carter whenever possible. Remember, she had the 16 points in the first half, and they want to try to cut down on that. So a little bit of change in defense for the Penobscot Valley Howlers in this fourth period now.
And now another strategic timeout called by Penobscot Valley. You look at the Schenck bench right now, and Coach Steve Levasseur talking it over. But another strategic timeout by Artis before things get out of hand. He did that before in the first half when Schenck started to pull away a little bit, 3 or 4 point lead. He calls timeout, and they come back, make an adjustment, and stay right in it.
Well, they're not a team that you want to let get on a roll, Keith.
That's right. Carter, though, is playing, seems to play on her own level, you know.
She finds a way to get to the basket. A lot of times, the shot she puts up, it's amazing how she gets them off. She gets them off, and they go in for her.
Such a soft touch as well. It's so difficult to stop. Okay, Ludden now with 6:40 and her team trailing by 4. See what they've done after the timeout. Michaud, side of the lane, back to Ludden, loses it for a moment, picks it up, guarded closely by Fisk, and draws the foul.
Ludden taking advantage that time. Fisk came in to belly up. She still had a dribble, so she went right by her and drew the foul. Got to give her a little bit of space when she has that dribble.
And the poised 5'6" senior goes on the line for PVHS and puts it through.
She's been on the line quite a bit today. Does a nice job of drawing the fouls. Hallett coming back into the ballgame replaces Doobie.
Suzanne Hallett, the starter, 5'3" junior, replacing Sandy Doobie. Ludden's shot brings her team to within 2, and the pressure comes again in backcourt from Penobscot Valley. Fisk to Connor, back to Fisk. Fisk comes up into forecourt. And underneath, Floyd's spin around jumper is off the glass. And again, 6-12 in the game. Ludden to Michaud, back to Ludden. 4-point lead for Schenck. Schenck just hanging on to a 2, 3, 4-point lead. The lead changed hands several times, but in the last few minutes, Schenck has maintained control. That would have been a big bucket for Penobscot Valley from 3-point country. This is Fisk guarded closely. Michaud, and Schenck watched timeout this time.
We've got a 4-point lead right now, Keith, and Coach Levasseur wants to take a few minutes to maybe talk about the situation, have them play a little bit more control basketball right now. Penobscot Valley is a team that likes to run. I'm sure Schenck right now is probably going to want to slow it down a little bit.
Well, when Schenck pulled out to a bit of a lead late in the first half, Brian Artis called an immediate timeout. He did the same thing a while ago and seemed to stop Schenk's momentum. Now this time Schenck is taking the timeout to see what they can do about that. Maybe.
Well, I think one of the things is more like a preventative timeout. You know, talk to the team, get them settled down, let them know, you know, they don't have to force anything right now, just play good control ball.
So both coaches really with their minds on strategy as we go down the stretch here for the final 5 minutes and 45 seconds. Okay, Floyd with the ball back out to Jody, rather.
Carter from outside on the baseline.
How do you stop that? Amy Morin back in the game now, or is in the game, a 5'2" freshman that just came into the game for Schenck, number 12. Nicholson up and off the rim, and Cotter with a rebound. Well, she's going to have a triple-double. I don't know how many assists she has, but she's got a pile of rebounds as well. And now steps taking on the freshman Morin for Schenck, and she turns it over.
You notice a little bit of a difference there. Schenck walked the ball up the floor instead of pushing it up. All to eat some clock.
Michaud with it for Penobscot Valley to Nicholson, and it comes back to Ludden. 4:47. Ludden goes to the foul line, gives it off on the side to Michaud for the long run.
Nice pin on that ball that time. Nice shot.
Now it's a 4-point game again, as Morin comes across the midcourt stripe on the dribble. Good ball handling freshman. Mankowski looks down inside. Can't find anyone. Now Cotter in the corner holds the ball high. She may just pop it from there, and she does.
Flipped the defenders that time and found daylight.
Goes between two and just goes above the crowd and pops it in. Michaud from the side tries again. Schenck now with a 6-point lead and beginning to take control here. Inside again to Cotter, rolls off, chucks it high, picked up and put up and off by Clark, and a whistle and a foul on the rebound.
That foul's going to be on Rita Floyd, as Stacey Alley got good position for the rebound, and we are in the bonus, so Stacey Alley has a chance to come down on the other end and pick up a couple points here.
It's been Schenck controlling things though for the past couple of minutes, and doing what they have to do right.
Still plenty of time here for Penobscot Valley, as we've seen their good outside shooting capabilities.
It's been a game in which momentum has seemed to have changed 2 or 3 times. Alley makes it a 5-point game. Cotter goes high for another rebound. And she whips it out to Morin. Guarded closely by Michaud as she comes across. Clark looking inside. Back out to Morin. And to Cotter. Underneath to Clark, and she'll come back to Cotter. And they're going to work it around. Clark is their ally. Kicked out of bounds, but kicked out maybe by Alley. Lost out by Penobscot Valley. And Mankowski will play it in. 5-point lead for Schenck. They'll be in no hurry. Cotter. Amy Morin. Morin's a good ball handling guard out there. Only a freshman. This is Mankowski to Clark.
Schenck doing a nice job of eating some time up here.
Going to be very patient now. Morin bounce past Clark. They've got 2 freshmen in the lineup in this situation. Player control foul?
Well, no, not a player control foul,
Pushing
because
off
she didn't have the
underneath.
ball. It looked like it was pushing off in the rebounding action. We may be able to get another look at that. But in any case, Stacey Alley's going on the line. It's a 5-point game right now. She can cut it to 3 if she makes both of them. Stephanie Fisk coming back in the ball game now.
This could be the break that Penobscot Valley needs at this point. With Alley going up and cutting it down to a 4-point lead. Still a lot of time, 3:12, a 3:10. Alley in and out. Clark with the rebound. Penobscot Valley pressing. And now they back off. And Fisk guarded closely by Michaud. Brings it up, looking for somebody inside of Cotter. Spins and goes down, puts it up and off. But she moves in to try to get her own rebound. And now it's lost out of bounds. But Schenck will get it back.
Again, we're going to see Schenck just trying to move the ball around. Eat some clock. They've got a 4-point lead right now. They don't need to force anything. They'll take a good shot when they have it. But again, in no hurry.
Inside to Cotter. She'll take the jump shot in a crowd that time. Maybe a little too quick to pull the trigger on that, but a foul being called on Penobscot Valley.
Rita Floyd lost the handle on that ball, but as she was going down to regain control with the dribble, she was slapped by Nicholson. And Nicholson picks up her third foul. Still not in the bonus now.
Mankowski will put the ball in play into Cotter. Back to Mankowski. In to Cotter again. She spins and puts it up off the side of the lane. And it goes out of bounds. Knocked out by Schenck.
Good heads-up play by Nicholson that time. Realizing the ball was off Schenck, she let it go.
Schenck will bring a lot of backcourt pressure, and then they'll back off. And Ludden is fouled coming across the midcourt stripe. She's fouled by Clark.
So the foul line coming into play again here, Keith, as we see in so many of these close ball games. Ludden goes on the line, as she's been there very many times this afternoon, and she's got a chance to cut the lead again.
Schenck still not in the 1-and-1 situation. Penobscot Valley has picked up 14 fouls. Schenck 5. So they could make this 1-and-1 situation pay off for them. Right here she does.
That's a key foul shot right there. This next one could bring them within 2. And we're right in the thick of it.
2:28 to go. Off the rim and going right back up to the rebound. So they pick up 3 that time. And it's a 1-point ball game. Look at that trapping in backcourt and a foul being called on Howland.
And that, I believe, is going to put them into the bonus, so we will shoot the 1-and-1. Coach Brian Artis now giving instructions to Howland on the trap. Okay, telling her no problem, let's just get right into it, play a good, strong defense.
Intense pressure in backcourt on the trap that time, and Penobscot Valley picking up the foul, and for the first time in the second half, Schenck is in the 1-and-1 situation with Rita Floyd on the line. Missing the front end. Nicholson the rebound to Michaud. 2:15. Michaud goes toward Howland, hands it to Howland. Looks at from on the line, 3-point line, misses. I don't think that would have been the 3. She looks like she popped it right from the line. Fisk comes into forecourt, her team leading by a point.
And you're going to see the tight defense now. I'm sure everybody will be sagging on Stephanie now.
They keep looking into Cotter.
Well, that's right, Keith. They need 2. You know who they're going to.
58-55. Ludden. Time winding down. Hallett's shot is off the rim. The rebound, Schenck. 3-point lead. Ludden fouling Fisk as they race into forecourt.
No basket on that. That was way out front. Fisk is going to go on the line for the 1-and-1. Ludden picking up her second foul. Still lots of time left. Doobie going to come into the ball game. I think she's coming in for Howland. Yes, she is. And Fisk on the line for some big foul shots right here, Keith.
Class C semifinal action all day today, this afternoon, and tonight. Big miss. Still a 3-point lead. Michaud for Penobscot Valley.
Ludden setting up for 3.
Ludden moves in, goes in to the baseline, puts up a jump shot, gets her own rebound, and a foul that time on Schenck.
See the leadership from Julie Ludden right there. Took the ball to the hole, followed up her own shot, and she'll go back on the line, going for a 1-and-1.
Senior team leader for Penobscot Valley on for 1-and-1. These are the biggest, very big foul shots this time in the game for Penobscot Valley, and it's a 2-point lead for Howland.
She's cool on the line.
Almost like deja vu. I think we've seen games like this here at the auditorium between these two teams, almost like this in the past.
Was it last year that it was a 2-point game? And they've had some close ones. Again, that pressure in the backcourt. It's a 1-point ball game now with just over a minute to go.
Almost lost out of bounds. Park with it. Back to Fisk. Stephanie Fisk, her team up by a point, and now they want to talk it over again.
Sure do. We've got 58 seconds to go, and it's a 1-point lead for Schenck right now. Schenck calls the timeout. I believe both coaches have 2 timeouts left.
Again, Schenck seeking to make it the Eastern Maine final for a 3rd straight year.
Schenck has 1 timeout left. I just heard Roger Chesley say.
58 seconds. Schenck holding on to a 1-point lead. Class C basketball, boys basketball following this game. Katahdin will play, Schenck will play Washington Academy, so the Schenck boys go at it again. The Schenck boys go at it following this game. Tonight, Katahdin girls against Calais in the opener, and John Bapp's boys will play Lee Academy at about 8:30.
We're looking at the Penobscot Valley huddle there.
We're covering that up so that the cameras can see it, huh?
Well, we could see Coach Brian Artis tell his team, we need the ball back, and that's for sure. 58 seconds to go. The name of the game right here for Schenck is to control the ball, see if they can draw the foul.
Stephanie Carter putting the ball in play to Fisk. 56 seconds. Time winding down. Carter shot misses. Rebound Penobscot Valley. A tie-up, and the ball will be kept by Schenck.
Possession goes to Schenck. Boy, that arrow, that's a tough one. That was a beautiful play by Schenck that time, running Stephanie Carter off the screen on the baseline. Comes into her.
So a beautiful defensive effort is thwarted by the arrow. Fisk into Carter, tipped away, picked up at Penobscot Valley, and fouled by Mankowski.
Probably not a bad play right there. We see Julie Ludden going nuts down here in the corner. She's excited. Okay, they got the quick foul. Probably a good heads-up play there. It's going to put them on the line. The pass just a little high coming into Carter. Nicholson grabs the ball, and we see Mankowski going right after it. Picks up that foul. And now we have a timeout, I believe. I believe Coach Brian Artis called that for the Penobscot Valley Howlers.
Mankowski going for the quick steal, I guess. Thought she could knock it out of bounds or knock it free, and refs a little over anxious to get the ball back after they lost it. Because
that could be one. You know, they're going to come down on the line right now for the 1-and-1. Obviously, want to make the foul shots. Schenck's hoping for a miss, and they can control the ball again. They have the 1-point lead. Obviously, they want the possession back.
Penobscot Valley's tried so hard in the past to be the thorn in Schenck's side to prevent them from repeating, and now it seems they have a chance to do it again. They've had chances in the past. And 1-point lead for Schenck, but PBHS on the line as play resumes.
Penobscot Valley Howler fans up and on their feet now as Julie Nicholson goes on for some very big foul shots here. 1-and-1.
Just a big foul shot. Clark comes away with it. 37 seconds. 1-point lead. And now let's see what Schenck does. Ludden trying to get it back. Goes for the steal right away and commits the foul.
Going for the steal. It's only going to be a 1-and-1. Still a lot of time. 31 seconds, and they can shoot the 3. Amy Nicholson be inside looking for the rebounds on this, along with Stacy Alley.
So Ludden didn't want very much time at all going off the clock, and I'm sure that was part of the strategy during the timeout. 2-point lead.
This next one's the big one.
And the lead is 3. 31 seconds. Schenck will back away here and maybe give him the long without fouling. But Ludden goes inside, puts it up, and Carter with a rebound. 22 seconds. Carter in the fouling backcourt. Fisk is fouled right away by Michaud.
Okay, Fisk gets a chance to do it again. She's going to go on the line. She just made 2 pressure foul shots. It's going to be a 1-and-1. Coach Levasseur yelling instructions for Stephanie Fisk.
She could just about nail the lid shut with a couple here. Penobscot Valley to come down and go for 3 and then go for the steal, but 5 points would be a big mountain to climb. And it's 4. Penobscot Valley has it quickly out to Ludden. 18 seconds. Ludden's going to come down, go inside, try to get the foul, put up the layup that's good.
They're looking for a timeout right here. Referee Bruce Anderson saw it right there. We've got a timeout 10 seconds to go. It's a 2-point ball game. Obviously, we're going to see a lot of pressure in the backcourt right here. They once before were able, with their good defensive pressure, to cause a 5-second violation. That's what they're going to look to do again.
Probably just go for the steal right away and try not to let any more than a second or so tick off the clock and get Schenck back on the line.
Boy, those were big foul shots by Stephanie Fish. She really showed her cool there. As we thought, Keith, a great ball game between these two veteran clubs here.
And the winner will play the winner of the Calais-Katahdin game, which will be our opening contest tonight at 7 o'clock on MPBN TV. Watch for Schenck boys playing Washington Academy next, immediately after this game. That's why one of the reasons why there's such a good crowd down from the East Millinocket area this afternoon. The boys and girls are playing, so 2 big games for the price of 1 for Schenck fans.
Okay, so we look for real hard pressure here. Full court. She can run the baseline. Goes to Carter.
Carter trapped in backcourt, gets a 3 and comes down the clock, and she's going to put it up and off, and rebound is tipped around. Clark with it. 1 second, gun goes off, and Schenck wins it, advancing to the final.
They pulled out a big one.
And the uproar tells the story.
Keith, it's a nice scene in the auditorium right now. If we could see both sides of the floor, both sets of fans up on their feet cheering for their athletes. Both towns very proud of their teams.
A lot of good sports on the court and in the audience this afternoon for such a rivalry.
Take a look right here, Keith. We talked about the friendships between these two teams. They just played the ball games of their lives, probably, and they come out hugging after the games.
Schenck keeps dealing PVHS setbacks, but, you know, the thing is, Penobscot Valley is going to be right in the thick of it again next year with a bunch of underclassmen. Michaud is a junior. Hallett's only a junior. Nicholson. They will have those 3 ball players back again next year, so they should make a run at it. But in the meantime, it's Schenck advancing to the Eastern Maine Final for the 3rd straight year, seeking to win what is probably an unprecedented 3rd straight state championship. I don't think anybody has done that in girls Class C. It was Schenck in 1987 defeating Livermore Falls 57-46. And in 1988, last year, it was Schenck over Erskine Academy at 77-52. Of course, they haven't won the Eastern Maine Championship yet, but they will get another chance, and we'll be back in a moment.
That was a good game. You put a good production on it. Oh, yeah. We wanted to win at the buzzer, but it wasn't really fun. We got Gary on, though. Huh?
Production and broadcast of the high school B, C, and D basketball tournament games on MPBN are made possible in part by grants from McDonald's Restaurants of Maine, Grant's Dairy, processing milk produced by Central, Eastern, and Northern Maine dairy farmers since 1902. Husson College, offering master's, baccalaureate, and associate degrees in business and professional studies. R.H. Foster Incorporated, with locations in Machias, Hamden, Lisbon, and Caribou. Mobile distributors throughout Maine. And Machias Savings Bank, the total service bank.
More Class C semifinal action coming right up this afternoon on a Thursday. It's Schenck here to play Washington Academy in the next contest. And tonight, Katahdin will play Calais, and John Baptist will play Lee in boys action. It's Class D basketball tomorrow beginning in the morning at 9 o'clock with a game between East Grand and Ashland. At least we saw the kind of game we thought we would between Schenck and Penobscot Valley.
That was a great basketball game, Keith. anytime those two teams meet, you can bet there's going to be a good matchup. Schenck just always finds a way to do it. Everybody talks about Stephanie Carter, and for good reason. She's an excellent ball player, but you never know who it's going to be that comes through for you. And today it was Stephanie Fisk coming through for him on the line. Real nice job down the stretch. She was something like 4 for 5 from the line, and those turned out to be very important foul shots.
And of course, Penobscot Valley looking ahead already probably to next year, knowing they will probably have a real shot at it with the team, with the people they have coming back.
Well, they're here every year. That's a real credit to Coach Brian Artis and the program that they have in Howland. Always here in the tournament and always give us some real good games. I'm going to take a look at the scoring right now for Penobscot Valley. They were led by Julie Ludden, who really took charge in that fourth quarter. She had 19 points, followed by Stacy Alley, who had a real strong game in the post. She had 17. Suzanne Howland had 9. Tracy Mishu had 8. And Amy Nicholson had 6 points and a bunch of rebounds for the total scoring of 59 points for the Penobscot Valley Howlers. For Schenck, it was Stephanie Carter with a total of 37 points. She did a great job for them once again. She was followed by Dawn Mankowski with 9. Stephanie Fisk had 7, but she was, as we said earlier, she was 3 for 5 in that fourth quarter with 3 big foul shots, and that was the key to that game. She had the total of 7. Rita Floyd coming off the bench had 6, and Darcy Clark had 2 for their total of 63 points as they defeated the Penobscot Valley Howlers 63 to 59.
How's 37 points to show you one of the premier ball players in the state?
That's not too shabby, Keith.
37 today and 11 in the quarterfinal game. So Stephanie Carter, 48 points in the tourney and maybe on the way to setting some kind of scoring record before it's over.
Well, I think if we take a look at her totals in the last 4 years here, she's definitely made her mark on this Eastern Maine tournament. I mean, everybody that's been watching the tournament for a few years now has got to remember one of the games we saw here at the auditorium where she got hit in the nose. She got hit in the nose, had a bloody nose, and she was on the foul line.
In fact, guess who already holds the record in Class C for the most points scored in one game? It's Stephanie Carter, 46. Stay tuned now for boys basketball coming right up from the Bangor Auditorium.